class 12 student has been found dead in a school hostel in Tamil Nadu. Now, what we know so far is security has been deployed at the Sacred Heart School in Tamil Nadu's Tiruvallur district after a class 12 girl was found dead inside the hospital. Now, this is the second such death of a class 12 girl student on campus in the last 2 weeks. My colleague Sam Daniel joins us live with the latest update. Sam, what details can you share with us? Investigators say no suicide note has been recovered yet?
That's right. No suicide note has been found, and based on a recent High Court order, Priyanshi, the police have transferred the investigation to the CBCID wing of the Tamil Nadu police because the court said any such deaths on campuses ought to be immediately transferred to the CBCID. And the police have confirmed that the girl was found dead hanging. And beyond that, they're not saying anything. Is it a case of suicide? Is it a case of some other reason? That's something only investigation will reveal. And at the moment, police have deployed heavy security outside the school and also at Tirutani, the village where the girl comes from, because they do not want to have any kind of law and order problem, a kind of a repeat of what happened at Kallakurichi last week after another class 12 girl had died, and that had led to severe riots there, torching of buses and looting of the property at the school. And so it may take a while for us to understand what actually led to this death, and certainly a disturbing trend over the last few years. More than 20 such young children, particularly many those who could not crack the NEET examination, medical aspirants who could not conduct NEET, have also died by suicide. And many activists and psychologists have urged the government to ensure appointment of enough number of counselors in schools so that students who face any kind of pressure, who are harassed or any kind of such abuse will be able to freely communicate with them, and this kind of loss of life, young lives on campuses can be averted.
Absolutely tragic details, Sam. Also, we're being told the student has been identified and security has been deployed at her village too. Could you confirm?
That's right. The police say the girl's name is Sarala, who studies the class 12 at the Sacred Heart School, which is an aided school in the Tiruvallur district of Tamil Nadu. And now, as we speak, heavy police force has been deployed both for the school and at the village. In fact, local people at Tirutani, the village where the girl comes from, they had also staged a protest, and police have brought that under control. It was a minor protest, but police are not taking any chances, taking into account what happened last Sunday at Kallakurichi, which led to riots there, and police had a tough time to bring it under control that day.
Sam, we're also joined by Uma Sudhir live at the moment. Uma, based on a recent order by the Madras High Court, senior officers also told us that the case would be transferred to CBCID. What details could you share with us at the moment?
Very obviously, this has become a very high-profile kind of episodes that are happening of class 12 students, in fact, dying under mysterious circumstances. At least in this case, the girl being found dead inside her hostel, as Sam was reporting. That two such cases have happened, and tremendous concern about what's happening in these institutions. Obviously, this is now taken on, in a sense, the political parties also need to react to this, and that's the reason why the case was in the first case itself transferred to the CBCID to ensure that there is no other kind of a local influence that can interfere with the investigations, and to reassure everyone that justice will be done in the case of the first girl as well as the second girl as well. But what I must talk about the larger issue in these cases, because we hear about class 12 students committing suicide, and they are at the cusp of a very critical stage of life, and they are usually under tremendous pressure, whether it is academic pressure, peer pressure, or cases of harassment. They don't know which way to go, and very often what we are finding time and again, I would say, we have been reporting on these kind of cases, the fact that there are no mechanisms that are set up either for counseling or to tell the students who you can approach if you're facing any kind of a mental stress due to any of these reasons. We do talk about counseling within schools and bringing in people who can talk to these students, or who the students can talk to, but none of that obviously seems to be working, and perhaps that's one reason why schools will have to, and the education system will have to start addressing these larger questions of how to address the kind of tremendous pressure and this kind of to stop these kind of very, very tragic happenings that have developed not just in Tamil Nadu but elsewhere as well. But 2 cases happening, in quick succession, almost within 10 days, less than 2 weeks of each other, certainly putting pressure on the administration to sit up and take notice and act. Back to you.